Alright guys, so I am taking on a challenge that is almost facing a fear for me. I cook and I love to experiment with recipes and dishes. A little secret that I'm sharing with you, I am afraid of flour. I stay away from flour as much as I can. When a recipe calls for flour sometimes, it's okay, I'll look at another recipe. But I'm facing my fears and I'm heading, digging deep into flour today, and I am also baking. Baking is not something that I also do just like that, but I'm trying some simple recipes that I hope you can try as well. This is Home Sweet Home, and I hope you try these recipes. Check out our YouTube channel, Cup of Joe Caribbean, for all the recipes we do on this show. I am doing a bacon cornbread. So it's a real simple recipe. Dry ingredients, wet ingredients, combine, form a nice little dough, and bake the burger, and then you get some cornbread with some lovely bacon flavor. I like big bold flavors, you know that, so let's start this recipe and let me show you how easy this is to pull together. I'm starting with my dry ingredients. So I have a cup of flour. Flour is the star of the show. Cup of flour goes in there. All my dry ingredients. I have some sugar, some baking powder. I just want about I would say about a half teaspoon of salt, and then some good corn flour. And then I add to that. I just really want to combine all the dry ingredients, and once that's combined, I can start working on my wet ingredients. So my wet ingredients, I start with a cup of milk, good old milk. Cup of milk. I have here, so this is an egg and butter mixture that will go in there as well. And this here is where the big, bold flavor comes from. This is a bacon cornbread, so this is not an ordinary cornbread. I have bacon fat that I rendered. I did some bacon and I kept the bacon fat, and I'm adding the bacon fat to my wet ingredients. So you see that? That's flavor. You don't play with that, you don't waste that. I just mix everything together. So very simple: eggs, butter, milk, and some bacon fat. This is a bacon cornbread. This is not the ordinary cornbread. This is full of flavor. Now guys, it's really simple. I am taking back the dry, and all you're doing here is adding the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and quickly just folding and forming a nice dough mixture. As I said, one of the things that I learned doing these things, once I'm using flour and such, is not to over mix. So once the ingredients kind of comes together, you're good. You don't want it too dough-like. It's not a bread you're making. So this kind of texture is what you're looking for, where it's kind of like just running off the spatula and the ingredients all while nice and combined. So just in case like you see any little flour pieces there, like which I'm now seeing as I'm mixing, that's what you don't want to see. You want to kind of make sure the flour and all the dry ingredients combines well with the wet ingredients. And I'm looking like I'm good there. I here at this stage want to take some of my bacon that I chopped up nice and small and fine, and I'll take just about half of what I have here and just get it all in there. I see when you're doing things like cornbread and stuff, you don't just do a simple old cornbread. You gotta take it up to a notch where when you bite into it, you're like, oh my God. That's the kind of cornbread that you want to do. So you take that, and all you're doing is just a very light tour just to get it right through your batter. And you're leaving this back for a reason, guys, and I'll show you that reason now. I have a greased dish here. What I will do, as I said, flour is the star of the show, so when you grease the dish with some butter and you already just kind of dust some flour, just make sure that it doesn't stick. Dust some flour at the base. That's what you're doing. So you ensure that your cornbread won't stick. Yeah? and you pour the cornbread mixture with all that bacon goodness in there, just like that. Make sure all gets in there. That's the texture, that's the consistency you're looking for, guys. That's almost perfection there. To that now. You thought we had enough bacon? No. I just want to take some bacon and sprinkle just over. So when you bite into this bad boy, you must know. You mustn't ask what kind of cornbread this is. You must know this is a bacon cornbread that I saw on Copper Joe. I am trying big bold flavors to make it just that much better. I have some cheddar cheese, just a little bit of mozzarella, and I had a little end of Parmesan cheese as well that I added. So I really just want that cheese. So the truth is, you really don't want to overdo it. You want to just make sure that the cheese and the bacon at the top, no one is more than the other. But get it in all the corners, all the creases, and just kind of spread it there. So you get a nice cheesy crust with that wonderful bacon. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Doesn't that look wonderful? Oh, you bake this in the oven for just about 25 to 30 minutes till it gets all nice and brown and toasty to the top. You will know, because no more than 30 minutes, I think, once you set your oven at about 350 at 375 degrees in there. And that's it. I got my hands all nice and floury for you. I put on my chef jacket because when you're in flour, can't put on no nice shirt and thing. Nah, can't do that. That bacon cornbread is one that you got to try. Check out the recipe on our YouTube channel, Cup of Joe Caribbean. When we come back, lots to come. We're checking out what Chef Cheryl and Short Charles is up